Contractors, are you tired of wasting money on marketing that doesn't work for your business? I'm going to show you the top 5 strategies that I've come up with that will help you dominate 2025 and bring in real leads for your business. Strategies number 1 and number 4 are my absolute favorites, but stick around to the very end and I'm going to give you a couple bonus hacks that you can use AI tools to help you not only dominate your marketing, but also understand and analyze your marketing. I'm going to give you some prompts as well, so stick around to the very end. All right, so I told you strategy 1 is my absolute favorite, and before I get to that, I'm going to give you a little bit of a premise of why this is so important, because a lot of times contractors, you've hired a marketing company such as myself or another marketing company, and they provide content for you in the form of usually blogs or social media content, and that is the only use that that content gets. Now, something that I've learned through recording several hundred podcast episodes and recording videos like this for you is that one piece of content becomes a treasure trove of things that you can use. But the problem is nobody's thinking about content this way. They're not thinking about how can they repurpose that content to get further and get faster without having to come up with fresh ideas for themselves. So that's going to be strategy number 1, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. All right, so how do we employ this strategy? So first of all, you need to have a good website and you need to have someone creating content for you in the form of blogs, whether that's us or whether that's somebody else. You can absolutely, and honestly, you can even you can copy this strategy with a competitive blog as well if you want to. I wouldn't recommend that, but it is something. If you don't have blogs for yourself and you're small, this is a great strategy for you. So take the latest blog post that you have. As you can see, this one's about chemicals in drain cleaners. Are they generally safe? And what should you know? And next, I want you to open ChatGPT, grab this URL before you open that. As you can see at the top here, just a really simple prompt. This is not difficult. Please create me 5 short form video scripts about this blog post. Put the blog post URL in there and then give it whatever your personality is. If your personality is fun and sarcastic, put that in here. I would definitely use the words engaging with this and maybe some humor, but all I did was take a blog that was already online that we have done for this client and look at the video prompts that it created for us. So, secret life of drain cleaners. Is your sink clogged again? Thinking about reaching out for that trusty drain cleaner? Before you pour it in, let's talk about what's really in these bad boys. Drain cleaners use some seriously harsh chemicals. This is great information. Now, this is just one video script, and you can see we have drain cleaner, friend or foe. Drain cleaner versus DIY solutions. Your pipes deserve better. The truth about drain cleaners. And now I have 5 easy video prompts, and think about this. So for this client, we create, I think, 4 blogs a month. That's 20 video ideas just with those blogs, not doing anything else, not including their team, not creating any additional video content. So now we have videos for this. To take this one step further and to really repurpose this, we want to create emails that will take our blog post and video and put them inside of it. So I'm going to create that prompt next. All right, so for the ease of simplicity on this video, you can see the prompt that I put down here below. Please take video number 4. I decided to use this one because it's funny, and put together an email for our customers, which are homeowners in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. The email should be educational and show off our company's personality. And let's see what it comes up with. And you can see your pipes are begging for help. Now that creates some curiosity. One word I would use in some of these email subject lines to get more opens is some sort of curiosity or something a little bit outlandish, because that's what makes people open your videos. And so you can see here, you can read this yourself, but it's great format. You can even have like a schedule service button in here and put that in. You can copy paste this and use it just as is. And now we've taken one blog post that our SEO company created for us. We've created 5 different video scripts from one blog post. And if you've been having SEO for a while, you have probably 50, 100, hundreds of blogs. Use that content, repurpose it. This took me literally about 30 seconds to put together. Now, next, in order for you to, I'm going to give you a couple quick tips on the videos. If you don't like being on camera, I hear this all the time, use an app like BigView, BIGVU.TV. It is a teleprompter app. What it does is if you put the script in there, it will, as you're looking at your phone's camera right at the top here, this will put the words that you want to say right across the top, and your eye contact will be right up here towards the video, so it looks like you're actually looking at the video. So use that. Great way to just create videos super fast. You can use tools like Opus Clip or things like that to repurpose and add some captions and some interesting B-roll footage to your videos, and very quickly you have video content that is going to help you promote your business in local Facebook groups, on Nextdoor, any other social media sites that you want more stuff in. This is by far one of the easiest tips for you to implement, so I would get started immediately. Let me know in the comments what you come up with. I would love to see the videos and what blog posts you use and see what you come up with. Tactic number 2 is going to be focused again on content, but it's going to go about it a different way. And this content you can use if you wanted to write your own blogs or have some sort of content that you can repurpose, just like we talked about in step 1. This also helps you with hundreds of ideas for all sorts of marketing, including email, social media, text message campaigns, videos, etc. So go to alsoask.com and you get 3 free searches a day. You don't have to purchase anything here. If you want deeper analysis, you can certainly purchase this. If I logged in, I have a account, I can get like 100 searches a day. And just type in whatever your primary service that you want to rank for. What is your moneymaker, your bread and butter? If you're in plumbing, maybe it's water heaters or drain cleaning. If you're an electrician, maybe it's panel repairs or generators. HVAC, it's typically like AC repair or furnace repair, boiler repair, something like that. Type it in. I would try to keep this local. But use a big market. Whatever the closest big market is to you, use that, because if you're in a really tiny rural area, you're not going to get great results. So what it does is it takes the initial keyword that you give it and it starts creating this map. And I'll zoom in and out a couple sections of this app. So what you can see is the first question, and these are questions that this essentially scans Google and different search engines and comes up with the things that people are asking. So if you want to rank in an AI-powered search engine like a ChatGPT or a Perplexity or Gemini, these are the type of queries that people are starting to look for. I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like here in just a second. So I've taken the back end. This is Google Search Console. And what I did is I just went in here. I went to search results. I left this at 3 months, and I just put I did a filter step here, which you can click here, add query, and then you can decide what query you want to add. All I did was add a question word. You can do this with other ones, like if we did this with, let's do how, and filter this. What you're going to see, these are the types of question words that your site is already showing up for in search results. This one is a great opportunity because it has a ton of impressions but no clicks. That means you're showing up in the first 10 pages of Google search results, but you're getting no traffic to your website. So what that means is we need to make this better. It needs to be a better blog, embed a video, do something with it. And you can see that these are also the types of queries as voice search continues to grow, because ChatGPT on your phone, you can talk to it, or on your desktop, you can talk to it and it talks back to you. You can have a conversation. The more conversational search gets, the more conversational things we need to rank for. And that's why when it comes to the types of questions people are asking, like what is the average cost of AC repair, this is a great topic for you to touch on. And once you make a video here or you write a blog post here, now look at all the other options we have here. How many years should an AC last? Great question, because every market is a little different. So I would tailor my message to the Chicago market and use your experience. What is the most expensive part? Obviously, it's a compressor, but you can go in detail, and you can also detail some other parts, because those things, if people search for a fan, capacitor, contactor, things like that, this blog has an opportunity to show up and you're going to rank for more keywords. Now, the cool thing, and I don't know if it's going to let me do it because I'm on the free version right now, but if you click into one of these, let's say you find a question thing and you think it can go deeper, you click into it, it's going to give you a ton more examples here. And you can see now the main question is how many years should an AC last? And now we have, again, a ton of topics. If you really want to get wild, take this and download this, and you can see I should be logged in, but if you can get this into a Google Sheet or a PDF view or something. You can put this into ChatGPT to do the same thing. Give me 5 short form video scripts for whatever the question is, and it will help you to create tons and tons and tons of ideas. So obviously the first 2 strategies here are focused on content, and the reason for that is because so many contractors don't focus on this. They don't know what to say, they don't know what questions to answer, and so they just decide not to do it. If 90+% of contractors are not creating content, that 10% is your opportunity in your market to stand out from the crowd. All right, strategy number 3 for 2025 to dominate your market. And you're gonna think this sounds really simple, but it is to get reviews. And you've heard this before, you know this, but I'm not gonna talk about just getting reviews on Google, and I'm gonna share with you why. So I have, and you can do this as well, Apple opened this up, but beta.maps.apple.com. I would also open bing.com, and I want to show you a few things to make it really important. And I'm going to tie all this together with where the money has gone with search, so that way you can kind of see how these companies are positioning themselves and why you need to be ranking in all of these areas. So first of all, Google has a huge antitrust lawsuit with the US Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is trying to break up Google's monopoly. And if they're successful and start breaking up certain sectors of Google, that is going to open the door for more competitors. Now, the competitive landscape has changed dramatically in the last 2 years with the advent of ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, etc. Apple has also been developing their Maps platform. So what do you need to know about these things? So first of all, Apple Maps. You can go to beta.maps.apple.com, type in AC repair. And what you're going to see is they look at reviews on Yelp, and they also have their own rating system. You can see here, this is kind of like a Netflix thumbs up, thumbs down system. There are over 130 million, that's not a typo, devices, Apple devices in the US alone. And a lot of that comes from our younger generation. So as they become homeowners, this can become the default Maps app. So if Google gets hit hard and they have to break up some of their stuff, this is going to be a prime competitor for them to rank. And so you want to make sure that, one, you have a listing. You go to Apple Business Connect. I'll link a video up in the description above, or up in the caption above, and you can see how to get yourself an Apple Maps listing and also how to optimize that listing. Next, we're going to look at Bing. And the reason we're going to look at Bing, now Bing, it doesn't look great. The UX UI still is way lagging behind. But if you type in the same keyword, AC repair, you're going to see that they also pull in Yelp. So that's 2 platforms that pull in Yelp. And then they also pull in Facebook reviews. So if you've only focused on Google, you're missing opportunities here. And let's keep in mind that Microsoft is the biggest investor in ChatGPT. So obviously they are trying to bring and bridge those 2 things together, so that way more people go on Bing and use ChatGPT. So the data that they're feeding it is connected. So it's really important that you know that. Obviously, you know reviews on Google are important. Again, this is the same search. But one thing you may not know about reviews and why it is so important to get so many of them and to make sure that customers have some sort of text in their reviews is Google will change the review that pulls in the little snippet here based on the keyword. So you can see I have AC repair selected. It even highlights it in bold. Repair, AC repair. They may be replacing this one is actually about replacing AC unit, but they don't have that many reviews to pull from. So now if I go and change this to, let's just change it to heating repair, you're going to see heating system repair. That's actually just a service they provide. This one's talking about squeezing into schedule last minute, quick, professional, affordable. Maybe not the best use case because I am in Arizona and we don't do a lot of heating repair, but you get the idea. The reviews will change and the results will change. So if you have a ton of reviews talking about all of the different services that you provide, this is a great way to showcase that. A couple other tips on reviews to dominate 2025. Make sure that the reviews that come in are tied to your website. Now, there's a lot of platforms that do this. If you have a reputation management software, typically there's some sort of widget. All you need to do is put the code on your website, and new reviews will go from your Google and Facebook accounts over to your website. The other thing that you want to do is you want to automatically take great reviews and post them on all of your social media platforms. I made videos about this in the past, but it is something that's crucial because you want to share the 5-star work you're doing on all the platforms that you're associated with, so that way your reputation grows on all of them. If these tips have been helpful so far, before I get to one of my favorites on number 4, please subscribe, like the video, share it with a colleague or friend. This stuff really helps me out. It makes it more enticing and interesting for me to create content that people actually absorb and put more effort into this. So with that being said, let's get into strategy number 4. Strategy number 4 has long been one of my favorites. So if you follow me for any length of time, you've probably seen me talk about this a little bit, but it is personalized email and text message automation. First of all, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I love automation. I've been doing automation for probably the last 7 years since I learned what Zapier was. Now, some of these you may need Zapier, some you may not, but we have an app called 𝐲𝐻𝑈 Pro that can automate a lot of your outreach to your customers. Not only can it automate a lot of the outreach, it can also outbound anytime you need work, which is a superpower for a contractor, especially if you're in HVAC or roofing or something that has seasonality. It's important for you to be able to reach out to past customers and try to find more work. So what kinds of automations can you do? So you can see some examples on the screen here. You can have something where a job is scheduled and you can automatically try to start pre-selling memberships. If an estimate is scheduled, you can try to start pre-selling with a series of emails why they should work with you, what other customers say, what type of equipment, what kind of questions you're going to ask, and how long the visit's going to be. Really set them up and set the expectation. You can do the same thing when you book a service call. Make sure you set the expectation that our team's going to wear booties. They're going to arrive in a clearly marked van. They're going to call you ahead. You're going to get a text message notification, so that way if you're out doing something, you can come back. And going back to the content idea, and I'm throwing a lot at you here, make a video, a short video. I used to do this for when I worked at professional services. I created short videos that would be embedded in our text and email sequence that people could watch. And we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views of those, and I actually saved some service calls for customers because we gave them some tips on their system. Obviously asking for reviews, we just talked about the importance of that. You can ask those reviews and have a landing page where you have Facebook, Nextdoor, Better Business Bureau if you have older people in your market, and Google. You can have all those things on a landing page where people can just click, so if they don't have a Google account, they can leave those reviews. Open estimate follow-up goes without saying. The money and the gold is in the follow-up. I don't need to convince you of that. You've heard that before. Nurturing your members. In addition, we also have text message campaigns that focus on things like speed to lead or re-engaging past customers. These are all customizable. Here's some speed to lead automations: missed, abandoned, voicemail type calls, automatically send an SMS, start a conversation. And what's beautiful about 𝐲𝐻𝑈 Pro is we've got an app on your phone that is super user friendly. You just have to answer the conversations as they come in, as this works quietly in the background. If you get a web form submissions are a graveyard for contractors because they don't get answered fast enough. You can also integrate Angie, Home Advisor, and Thumbtack leads. So if you really need leads and you need to use these lead aggregators, which I would not recommend long term, but for short term it works, you can take all those leads and funnel them in here, start a conversation. So there's a ton of opportunity here, and this is by far one of the lowest hanging fruits in the entire home services space. So hopefully you take this seriously and figure out what you want to do in 2025 and master this process. All right, my last tip, we're going to go back to AI because this is one question I get a lot, is how do I rank on AI search engines? And the answer is going to be wildly vary between marketing company or whoever's doing the search, but there's a few common things that you need to know. First of all, you can tell this is not Google Maps app in here. This is Bing's map listing. So I did best AC repair company in Phoenix. I also pulled this up on Bing, on their Maps app, best AC repair company in Phoenix. And what you're gonna know, this one's an ad. George Brazil, Parker and Sons, Day and Nights, and then Patrick Riley are 4 of the top 5. So let's take a look at what 4 of the top 5 are in here. Patrick and Sons. Howard Air was not in there, but I know they're a big company. George Brazil was in there. Patrick Riley was in there. And then Hayes. So 3 of the top 5 matched. So one, you have to consider, again, your Bing listing if you want to rank on ChatGPT. But what you're also going to notice, this is something that ChatGPT has added. Perplexity has this as well, is down here in the sources, you can actually find the sources here. So if you, let's say you want to rank for this key term, look at some of these things like Consumer Affairs Phoenix. Reach out to this company and see how you can get listed in here or what the listing criteria is. Forbes. Obviously, you may not have a connection for this, but you can go to LinkedIn, maybe find the author of this article and see how you can get added in there. And again, look at some of these other ones. Angie. This is, I This is expertise.com. This is great to have a listing on here. I think this might be a paid listing. Forbes, again, Consumer Affairs, 3 best rated. So what you're seeing is all of these directory sites are becoming extremely important again. Directories kind of fell off the map as far as how important they were, but these search engines with AI, they don't know where to find this stuff. So they're relying on your reviews and your ratings on all of these different platforms to kind of help them consolidate a really concise answer. So if you want to rank on a ChatGPT, you need to find the sources and work your way backwards. And this is something that is very difficult for a marketing company to do at scale. So it's something that you really should either take upon yourself or delegate to someone on your team that's in the office to go and reach out to these people and do the research, because eventually this stuff will start taking more share from Google. It's going to be a little while yet, but it's very important that you think about this ahead of time. So that's my last strategy for 2025 to dominate. Which strategy was your favorite? I'd love to hear from you in the comments, because I can make more detailed videos about your favorite one down below. All right, and I promised a bonus if you stuck around. So if you stuck around this long, first of all, thank you very much. Now, if you want to analyze your data to find opportunities for your marketing that either have fell off or have increased, and maybe where you need to put more money in, I'm going to give you an example. Now, this is someone's Service Titan data, so if you don't have Service Titan, this can work, but you obviously need to have some sort of marketing campaign reporting. And what I did is I uploaded the campaigns here, and you can see this was a little bit ago that I did this, but I updated a completed campaign summary from 2023 and 2024, and I put them side by side, and I asked ChatGPT to create a table for me that compares the data. And then obviously they started comparing this data here. You can see the completed revenue. Now there's marketing campaigns associated with this, and then I had them add the campaign name because I forgot to do that. And it looks like there's a couple issues, but we worked this out where you can see these campaign names are in here, where I wanted to create a detailed completed revenue comparison by campaign, and then I wanted to sort them by the ones that lost the most revenue from 23 to 24, because I want to see if there was a shift in the marketing strategy. And that marketing strategy, if it changed, I want to find out a reason why. Was it purposeful that it changed, or was this we were continuing to put money in this and it just didn't work anymore? Or maybe like this one, you can see here, existing customer lost almost $340,000 in revenue. Maybe something changed in our strategy. Maybe we're not doing yard signs. Maybe we're not putting stickers out. Maybe we're not talking to our existing customers enough. And find what was working that is no longer working, and then double down on the things that are working. This is a great way for you to analyze the data. And you can see I don't have any crazy prompts or follow-up questions here. I just ask it questions like I'm talking to a marketing expert. And this one, please notate in another column the growth or loss from 23 to 24. And this just gives me a really great breakdown. I was able to identify like 3 campaigns that underperformed. We had a call with the client and fixed up and had a plan for 2025 moving forward, because we had data that we analyzed super quickly. It took me 10-15 minutes to kind of figure this out. And then it also summarized the data. Key growth areas: website grew a ton. Some new campaigns grew, which was online booking. Submission form campaign showed great improvements. And you can see here's the key loss areas: existing customer campaign. This LSA campaign wasn't working as well. And then this one, which we actually had to change because it didn't really tell us anything. But then it also gives us insights on this, and you can go deeper to understand what things you should double down on. So fantastic information. If you'd like to see a video of me doing this in action, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.